Xenoblade Chronicles X is a game that incorporates all the best bits of the first Chronicles game and solely hunkers down on those while expanding them out to actually give them some meaning. Exploration is no longer just to make it from one side to do another thing or a quest or whatever it is, but you're actually exploring for a cause. But really, who cares about all that wank? Xenoblade is a game full of things that grab their hooks straight into my head, that by the second day of actually owning the game, I'd pumped in maybe 30 hours. I disregarded everything for it. I'd managed to build my characters to the next hump of grinding, and I can see the next hurdle coming. It's always there, and I can't wait to get over it again, because the new stuff I can start customizing my lady with, and the whole new slew of quests that will be available on my massive list of things to do, and it only gets better. Also, you can get a mech to fight dinosaurs in. I mean, come on! It was light outside when I'd finished playing Cities Skylines for the first time. I hadn't even intended to stay up all night and play the entire time. And like with some other of the games on this list, it's one of those that just grabbed me straight in the fucking head. Watching my shit little city complain at me and managing how to fix every complaint of the dead not being carted off fast enough or pollution too high, it was fascinating to learn. I've never shown an interest in how a city was actually being built, but learning bus routes and how congestion actually works, splitting cities into anime-styled blocks of areas to manage best pollution stuff, and that it had me captivated for literally hours. City Skyline is an amazing game because it makes the hassle and bore of city building games something actually easily accessible through clean tutorials and UI. The only complaint I have is with myself, because I just wish I'd played it a little bit more, because I was sure by the time I'd moved on that I could have built the perfect city from absolute scratch with everything the game gave me. I genuinely laughed at Undertale if you want like a short version of my time with it. When the credits rolled for the first time, I sat back, laughed, and immediately dove back in to figure out exactly what I'd missed. I never expected a game like this to poke and twist tropes of the genres it inhabits in the ways that it did. A pure genocide run leads to one of the greatest boss fights of all time, in recent memory, for me at least, testing not only my skill but also how far I'd come within the story to kill actual characters that I'd loved in previous runs and stuff like that. I ended up reveling in that absolute ridiculousness and the joy the game actually presents to you. Undertale is a very special game. It takes everything that's great about all the other games it rips off and adds in that weird sense of humour that you find on the internet, like on Tumblr or something, in a way that isn't pandering or irritating. It's the best type of game, one that ends up being way more important than it actually set out to be. Wandering the world of The Witcher 3 left me miserable, warmed and reinvigorated. For a majority of 2014 and up until that point in the year, I'd been a little bit burnt out on video games. There were plenty of amazing ones about, but I was just looking for something really specific. I was surely drowned following on from The Witcher 3 and games in general, but other than Xenoblade and my number one, I was sat for nearly 2 weeks straight in the main room of where I live at university. I would sleep on the couch and pick up moments during pure quietness to bask in the violins of White Orchard or hunt vampires drunk. Seeing CD Projekt Red come to the full conclusion of this fucking weird series of games in a spectacular way, producing not only one of the finest RPG experiences this generation, but also one that was most beautifully dangerous and it was just wonderful to explore. It is without a doubt, no, it is a fact, that there is no game to date that surpasses how Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain plays. The loop it presents to you as you set up another base as Snake following on from Peace Walker, and the ensuing adventures that I had are some of the best Metal Gear moments in the series. While MGS5 doesn't have the story of a regular Metal Gear game, and it's really generic in this day and age to say, you know, within the world of massive video games, that it's the stories you create yourself that you'll tell to your friends and stuff like that that are the most important parts, but it's entirely true with The Phantom Pain. The Phantom Pain saw me lose nearly 100 hours to it, and not once during that time did I have the game say no to my ideas. heading through the game, water pistol in hand, shutting down electricals so that they couldn't report that I'd just kidnapped their entire arsenal of vehicles and humans on the way to the base, including donkeys that had wandered into the airport. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, might not be the best at telling the story it wants to tell, but I'll be talking about how it let me beat a sniper with airdrop boxes for a majority of the game, or how I narrowly made it out of a chopper burning up with multiple child soldiers on board for years to come.